Hi quail lovers! Today I'm going to talk about water bottle drinking system for quail cages, especially when you're living in smaller spaces, and you want to keep quails, right? So these are the common water systems you'll see. I'm going to talk about what kind of bottle systems that quails need, from chicks to adults. Yeah. Okay, firstly, this one, I'm sure if you look at common e-commerce platforms, you actually see that they will recommend you to put this water bottle drinking system on the acrylic cage. Truth is, it's not going to work. A quail, when they drink this, they kind of like peck at this, right? And water actually splashes into this area. And what you get, this is real, by the way. It's my own situation. I trusted the common e-commerce platform, how they put before. And you get mold or fungus growing, right? And this will contaminate the entire culture here, and all your food will be rendered useless. Yep, even though this is kind of like dig-proof, right? I'll talk about feeder systems in my next video, in my other videos, and yeah, so stay tuned. Okay, this one. You see this kind of water system? Well, if you get an anti-leak one, the ball bearing kind, it kind of works good. But yeah, well, you can see that it's all the gunk here. Not that this will not have gunk. Before I end this video, I'll share with you a quick tip on how you can, reduce your gunk build-up, or this algae and this slime and everything, right? And what you need to add, at what ratios. Okay, so this bottle system, I'll say that, well, if you get a good one, it doesn't leak, for sure. But in terms of capacity, right, it's not a lot. And even if you get a large one, it's relatively hard to clean. Yeah, you have to either use your finger, use a chopstick, any twigs, and I'll say a tissue, paper, cotton wool, whatever it is, to clean it, in a round circle every time. Whereas this one is much easier. You open the top, and then you just wipe it, and then you clean the algae and the gunk out. Okay, so what I like about this and this is that because it's very enclosed, right, at least your quails will have clean water to drink for a longer period of time, and you don't need to change that often. Of course, with this one, because the volume is less, even if you get a large one and it's harder to clean, you're still going to, I'll say, clean it very often. Later, I'll give you what kind of quail lover points I'm going to, pass off for these water systems, right, from quail chick to quail adult. Okay, this water system, open system, this is terrible. It may look big, right? But what you're gonna get, okay, I mean, it's cool in a way that because of suction, right? And you pour the water here, and then after that you fix it there. It kind of, you can just carry like that even when the water is like this level, right? Yeah. So it has like this good suction. But what happens is that this opening is very big, and this is the same concept for all other water systems where your water holes are pretty big, right? The quail will dig, whatever they do, and they'll mess it up. They'll walk into the water. And this one, even though it's big, I'll say that whether you're 1 quail, 2 quails, 10 quails, whatever quails are, okay, in a cage, doesn't matter. It can never ever keep your quails very healthy for too long if you don't change this water in this bottle. I'll say you need to change at least twice every day. So it's not really good in my personal opinion. And yeah, even though it's big, easy to wash, but it gets really, really smelly, super smelly. Let's talk about this. Okay, even though this is the open system, yes, it will get smelly. I'll probably like maybe once or twice a day or something. But you need this, okay, for quail chicks. These systems are for quail adults, alright? But for quail chicks, I think for quail chicks, we know what kind of water system that we typically use. Sometimes we don't know, we put something like this. And then we're desperate. Okay, we have no immediate water system. What we do, find bottle caps. Okay, bottle caps. Or maybe here put many pebbles, stay alive. the thing is that the quail chick will walk to the pebbles, and what they do, they'll pull, and this gets very dirty in about, I guess, a day, less than a couple of hours. This is so dirty for your babies. By the way, this is real. I'm not even going to clean it to show you reality, even though you put pebbles. This one, well, the quail feet of the chicks, they kind of can't really enter here. Okay. And also we know, before I go to this, quail chicks, if you don't put any pebbles and you have something like this large, what they'll do, they'll walk and pop in, and then they'll drown and die. Okay. And then this one is so tiny, it dries out so fast. You're just every day going to every other 2 hours. Okay, my brooder has actually heated up all the water. I'm going to keep topping up. Put many of this. Yeah, right. And if you fill this up too high as well, the quail, if the quail chick manage to jump in, what happens to the feathers? Capillary action, suck up all the water and you become a wet quail. Okay, so this is what you're going to get even with bottle caps, right? And if you want to use bottle caps and this is your last resort, your only resort, because your quails hatch probably at 2 a.m. and you didn't get something like this, then this is your second best option, and you don't have pebbles, right? So you fill very little water, not too high, so the quail feet, it's just touching their feet and you can run away, and you use many of this, right? That's your temporary resort. This is a very quail chick approved kind of bottle, right? Why? The quail chick feet cannot really step in, so the way that it's being designed forces the quail chick to just pack on here and drink, right? And well, I'll say that quail chicks are less smelly and less dirty as compared to the adult quails, less messy. Alright, so I'll say that this amount of water you can like take about maybe 2 days or so to change it before this turns really smelly. Okay, so quail chick system wise, if you're desperate, then use this one, and I, as mentioned, put little bit of water and many of this, right, so they don't drown. This one, put pebbles, right, lots of pebbles, and yeah, temporary solution till you get something like this. That's all I can say. This will make your life easy breezy. Alright, and adults, do not bother using this or any other open systems. It's gonna stink a lot, and imagine your quails, when they stink the water and you don't have time to clean, it makes them very unhealthy. I mean, imagine yourself drinking dirty water, bacteria water, covered with poop and stink. You're not gonna be very healthy for long, as well. And this one, I'll say another temporary desperate solution, not too bad. Well, hard to clean, but still survivable for those quails. However, you have to know for bottle systems like this, if let's say you have a button quail, okay, and of course you don't put this low enough, right, depending on the adult quail size, they can't pack. And always, sometimes this bottle, there's another thing, is that it cannot even disperse water. So you need to really check that when you actually, tighten this or what, that water is still leaking, or else your quails are going to, be crying out for thirst. Okay? And finally for this, alright, don't put on top of the food feeder like that. And to say that this is 100% leak proof, yeah, it doesn't really leak, right? It's great. However, when this water levels get low, it's light, right? Your quails can actually run, smack it over, and this will topple, right? And hurt the quail, it's like topple, literally, or wherever direction when it's light. So I'll say that when it comes to around this level and it's getting lighter, okay, unless you blue tack it or stick it something temporary onto of course a metal platform, you need to use this, you need a metal platform, right? I'll say that around here, if you don't put something to stick right, and affix to a metal platform that you can remove, like a blue tack, right, you are going to realize that your quail will tip this over, run, and this will smack down on them. Okay, so yeah. Another thing, I don't recommend, in a way, yes, it's good, but as much as this is like airtight, water, silk and stuff, I'll say that over time this isn't sealing very well. Yeah. And the ones with the claps, right? Okay, which where to buy that claps one, I will show you in the link below. Okay, where you can purchase it. Where, you know, there's those claps where it really can tighten this, you know, for a longer period of time, make it more long lasting. And yeah, yeah, you can, I show you in the link below, and you know where to buy it. When it comes to this one, as mentioned, leak proof. It's leak proof, right? But it's not 100% drip proof. When a quail pecks, it still does splashes a little bit of water into the bedding. So over time, you're bedding this area. If you're using deep litter, there'll be a mountain, okay? And you need to, I'll say every 3 days or 2 days to 3 days to scrape and aerate that mountain of pile, you know, that is being hardened. You see, like, you know, a mountain forming, especially a you know, deep litter bedding system. And if you are having like those pea pad, whatever other bedding systems, you realize that this area will become very wet and you need to change quite often. So I'm gonna share something about this. But I guess if you want to have an easy life, you gotta couple your water systems, especially for, you know, I say for now I'm focusing on adults. For this kind, right? Deep litter is the best way to go because it's still moisture absorption, the ability to absorb and not grow any mold of weird fungal and bacteria and stuff like that. Because it's self-cleaning, it's good microbes in it. Deep litter bedding is the way to go. However, deep litter bedding, I would say that it's not completely using soil, and in fact don't use soil, because soil contains a lot of unknown microbes that, you know, flesh-eating bacteria, God knows where you take your soil from, and any contaminants, right? So yeah, if you also want to know where to get a deep litter bedding, the link is also below to purchase. Well, I'll say that if you want to use these systems, it's more suited for a deep litter bedding system. If you're using like walnut sand, corn cob, whatever other beddings, you know, fermented, that doesn't have enough good microbes to self-clean, this is going to be very smelly, and you are going to grow happily grow a mushroom, maybe a mushroom, yeah, or you know, when it's moist, especially those who actually have used walnut sand, they'll know that you'll clump up, some insects will start growing. I do not know how they'll come there. The insects will start populating, and then maybe a mushroom or fungus will grow. Well, we know walnut sand. Walnut sand is very famous for that. Corn cob as well. Alright. So, yeah. I hope this actually helps, and, you know, and if, I don't even say that this is good lah. Okay. I don't really like this. Oops, I dropped it as well. Yeah, you can see it's quite dangerous. Alright, if you don't fix it. Imagine this is your quail, and you have this amount of water, and the quail, you know, God knows you move the cage and this tip, and your quails will become a flat pancake. Yep. And also, to say this is, even when you, okay, you close it really tightly, let's pour it, do a drip test. See, it still leaks. Yep. It's not completely leak proof on the top, eh? By the way, I really close it as best as I can. It's still leaking. If you, yeah, it's still leaking. There you go. I've already tightened it. So, yep, I wouldn't say this is really good. And by the way, it's also very hard to close. Okay, maybe I didn't close it that well. Let me try again. Let me check how leak proof again. Yep, it's still leaking. I already closed it all. Okay, there you go. As long as this doesn't tip, you are fine. But having said so, I have a better option than this. It looks similar. Can class. Before I go, this thing, you can tighten it. If it's tightened too tightly and this feels too much, for some reason I realized there will be a suction, and this water doesn't actually drip down, and your quails will start crying because they have no water. They're so thirsty the whole entire day, and you think that they have water because this is like so full. Yeah. So when you have this, don't ever fill up to the max. right? You need to leave some airspace, and then water can drip through. Or else I guess it kind of like creates some sort of vacuum. That's what I noticed about this lah. Okay, what else I can do? Okay, final thing. How do you ensure water can last longer, okay, in all these spaces without having algae and slime? If you want to see how I did the experiment using lemon juice first on myself, well, that's in another video and another day to talk about. Well, what I discovered, add a little bit of lemon juice, a couple of drops. Like in this case, this is 1.4 liters. I'll put like probably 1.4 liters, maybe about 2 ml, right? But because you don't put until full, so I'll probably put like 1.5 ml of lemon juice, okay? And it works fine for the quails, and it makes your quails, what I realized about quails, they grow fatter, healthier, and it also prevents the algae buildup. You can do it for this as well, and you can do it for this, but come on, don't be so silly. Don't use any open concept, or else you're going to clean like crazy. For quail chicks, I have never tried lemon juice on quail chicks. Apple cider, yes, a little bit, very, very tiny because they're very sensitive. I'm not sure about lemon juice, so I wouldn't recommend for quail chicks. But yeah, so far my understanding, apple cider vinegar a little bit kind of helps their gut system, right? So makes them healthier. How I know? Because when I use that, I have lesser chick deaths. So yeah, I hope this video helps. So out of 10, I'll give this 7 quail lover points. Well, in desperation, 5 quail lover points. This one, I honestly don't like it a lot. Negative 100 over 10 quail lover points. This one, well, it's the best I can ever get for quail babies. So I'll rate it, well, 8 over 10 for quail babies until when they are 3 weeks old. And then this is wean off. This, disaster. Another, I'll say, okay, maybe 1 or 2 quail lover points. No choice, right? And then you need to use this as a temporary solution. So I hope this video helps on how to manage. And if you have any questions, comment below, and I will try my best to answer them. Alright? Because I know fellow quail lovers like yourself is excited to have these little feathered creatures in our homes running, and the joy of collecting eggs, especially when you have Coturnix, right? So I hope this video helps. Till next time, thank you.